Okay, so I don't know how this is formatted. Like, I don't know if this is going to be a run cast or if this is just me talking about one thing. I don't know. I've been kind of bummed lately about this trend that I'm seeing in Muay Thai, which is this kind of like failure toward sportsmanship. So in Thai, sportsmanship is called Namjai Nakgila, which means like generosity of heart of sport. It's sportsmanship, but it means having the heart of sports. And this is a really big part of Muay Thai. Like, it's something that's been iterated to me personally. It's been something that's been taught to me directly. It's something that you can see just by witnessing how fighters conduct themselves. And then if you can read Thai and you read news sources or online, the way people talk about things or any of these things, it comes up a lot. Like, it's something that's very, very important in Muay Thai. And it was pretty easy to recognize what the grand themes of those were and are. Like, it was pretty common. And I think that the West kind of has seen that. The West likes to say Muay Thai is all about respect and all this stuff, which no, but there is a lot of respect in Muay Thai. There's not the trash talking, there's not a like hyping of the fight, whatever. A lot of times when you see fighters talking about fights that are coming up, it's really, they're like, I've trained hard, I hope they've trained hard. Like, it's very sweet. But this thing that I've been seeing lately, and this is taking it outside of entertainment Muay Thai, because entertainment Muay Thai is its own thing. It totally borrows from the West and like WWE and whatever the hell boxing with like the era of Don King and Bob Arum is, with all of the way that they pump their fights that way. I'm not including entertainment Muay Thai, which is for entertainment and doing its own thing. I'm talking about like in traditional Muay Thai rings, under traditional scoring, even in festival fights, which is not even Bangkok. This is not like on TV. Wherever these influences are coming from, they are not necessarily a trickle-down effect of contact with needing to do that for some kind of promotion. This is a trickle-down effect of kind of a Western idea about how you're supposed to like kill your opponent in the ring or something. So I'll give some examples. Lately I've been seeing people in the ring hitting their, like kneeing their opponent while they're on the ground, hitting them way after the bell, elbowing someone while the ref is breaking them and knocking them out. Like, Carhut does not yell at me about like anything. He was really like, no, that's not okay when I need a girl in a fight after, when the ref already had his hand on me. He's like, the minute the ref touches you, you stop throwing weapons. And this is more, I think, he didn't say this, but I think this is more a respect to the ref. Like, you're supposed to be a good fighter. You respect the authority of the ref. And it is dirty fighting, whatever the thing is. I think that I didn't have the like body-mind coordination to feel that the ref was touching me at that time. But you're supposed to know these things. That's being a good fighter. You are supposed to listen and obey. He is 100% correct in this. But I'm seeing people like full-on overkill, like kicking their opponent in the head when they're on the ground, not on the way down, like on the ground. And I don't know, it's kind of nasty, and it's not really in line with what the sportsmanship of Muay Thai has been, even in the time that I've been in Thailand. To give some like historical evidence for what the kind of like gentlemanly attitude of sportsmanship in Muay Thai has been historically. So Sook, the giant ghost, is totally scary heavyweight. Sagat is known as the nephew of Sook, I think is what he is. Maybe he's his grandfather. They're related, but he's so famous that Sagat, his first like chaya, was noting that he is the grandson of Sook. Sook was, he's like a heavyweight, he's big. His chaya was the giant ghost. And he was a convict, like he went to prison for murder, and then he came back out and fought even into his 50s. He was like really scary dude, very strong, very, very like knockout type of dude. And he was fighting in a match where he was really beating his opponent. Like, he had beat him pretty badly and was continuing to beat him really hard even though he was way ahead, and the crowd started booing him because they thought that it was like overly hot, which is like cruel or like showing brutality or something. They didn't like it. Like, this is not sport, right? So they actually start booing Suk for continuing to beat on his opponent even though he was winning that much, which goes to show why in good Muay Thai, not the way people necessarily do it now, but why in very good Muay Thai, even without gambling, you will see people not go full bore in the 5th round if they already have a lead. They kind of like take their foot off the gas a little bit, because it's this gentlemanly thing that's like, you know you've lost, I know I've won, let's kind of like play this out. It doesn't mean you like run to opposite ends of the ring. They didn't do that in the Golden Age. But you'll see that in like Samart's fights, when he was way ahead, he would start doing like tricks. Like, he'd start doing his like spinny stuff or his jumping stuff because he's so far ahead he could kind of like mess around now. That's where that comes from. It's just like, you don't have to keep bashing your opponent at this point. And I have, at the end of this video, I made a video that Kevin and I have been watching Wichannoi fights. Wichannoi is listed among so many ex-fighters and legends top 5. When we asked for their top 5, Wichannoi is on almost every single list and is almost always number 1 for like the greatest of all time. He's amazing. Dieselnoi refers to him as his crew on the ring. He's like, he basically just taught me on the ring in their 3 fights. And when you watch him, he's scary. Like, he was big for Thais. Like, he's 135 pounds. That's pretty large for a Thai in terms of like weight classes. He was very, very muscly, very strong. He punched so hard, had these like very nasty low kicks, and he fought for a really long time. His chaya is Yod Muay Amata, which means like eternal Yod Muay, which is, I think, my favorite chaya of all time. Very, very cool. But in this fight that I'm going to put at the end here, if you watch the whole thing, he is just pretty ruthless throughout the entire fight. But starting round 5, his opponent's eye is starting to swell shut. It's black and white, it's grainy, it's an old fight, it's from the 70s. But you can see this kind of like effect of his eye starting to close. And as they're starting round 5, like as the bell is gonna go, he's pointing to his opponent's eye for the ref to pay attention to it. He's basically like, call a doctor to see whether this guy can keep fighting with his eye like that. And the ref basically is like, I don't fucking care. And the fight starts. And Wichannoi hits around it. Like, he's doing a lot of other stuff. Like, he's teeping, he's kicking, he's low kicking. When he throws his right hand, he's hitting here, he's hitting up here, and he's kind of hitting low a little bit, but he is not hitting that eye. And I've included in it a little bit of round 4 so that you can believe me in how he's hitting around it and avoiding it. Because when he was going after it in round 4, when he was going for that eye, when it was already very swollen and he was trying to cut it open, he's really going for it. And then, because he's already running, he's way ahead in round 5, the ref's not going to stop it, the ref's not going to look at it. He avoids hitting it, he avoids going further, and he doesn't go after it as this like, okay, fuck it, I'm going to go like 8,000% all the way through, because that's what a fighter is, blah, blah, blah. He has this like sportsmanship of, I'm not going to bust your eye open, you're already losing this point, I'm going to win this fight. And something that I've seen a lot, and I think expresses it really well, is the way that like sports reporters in Thai write about Muay Thai and the respect that fighters have for each other, and why you wouldn't hurt someone really badly, why you would respect an opponent who's coming in to fight you as a replacement. You'll always see fighters be like, thank you for coming to fight me as a replacement, because if they don't come in, you don't fight, you don't get paid, you don't eat, whatever the thing is. Something that you'll see these sports writers say in Thai is basically, they have the same career as you. Like, you guys are in the same job, so you should support each other. Like, you are of one community, basically, which I think has a lot to do with what that sportsmanship is. It is like, we are both soldiers, we are both teachers, we are both whatever. Like, you understand the work and life and difficulties of that lifestyle together, and so you should really support and respect each other in that way. This does not mean in any way that you should not be fighting to your fullest or whatever the thing is. It's about having a understanding that a ring sport is not a like you should be trying to kill each other situation. And what drives me kind of crazy about this is that I understand not everyone is a fighter who watches fights. I totally get that. I understand that a lot of people just want to be entertained. They want to see people go all out. They want to make it like this fighter's like whole core being is about whether they're going to win this fight or not. Whatever. They like tell these stories for WWE, these like long stories about like how you're going out for vengeance or the way they hype boxing fights or whatever the thing is. Like, I get it. As a viewer, you want to be entertained. But here's the thing. Cinema is entertainment. And in cinema, the shorthand for which one's the bad guy is the dude who has bad sportsmanship. Like, you know which one's the bad guy because he's like, sweep the leg, or because he's tongue po, or because he's like being completely ruthless to whatever that guy's name was in Bloodsport, where he has to like avenge his friend. He's like, I made him say mate. And he doesn't kill him, he makes him say mate. He like submits him. Or like that dude in Ongbak who like pumps his heart full of 5 syringes. That's the bad guy. Like cheating and being overkill and like being ruthless and trying to like sincerely cripple people and damage people and whatever the thing is. We know those are the bad guys, even if we're not in that sport. Like, it is the shorthand. We all understand it. We all know it doesn't have to be like explicated to us because communally, we all agree on what good sportsmanship is. So, I don't get it, guys. I don't understand why this is becoming more and more common. Not just in Thailand, but like everywhere, you know? Like, I kind of understand. It used to be that like being a good athlete or whatever the thing is, you kind of had these codes of conducts that you would abide by. And then there are personality types that kind of like stick through those, and they're bad boys, and they kind of like, you know, talk like nobody else talks, but they stand out. Like they're kind of exceptions to the rule, as opposed to like now everyone talks like Conor McGregor or something. Like, it's very, very upsetting and disturbing to me, and especially loathsome to me that it's happening now on like a kind of deeper level in Thailand's Muay Thai, that it's not just in the entertainment Muay Thai. It's fucked up. So I'm gonna add that video at the end of this of Wichannoi fight, and I've annotated it so you can see what to look at and what's going on, but it's like 90 seconds long. Yeah, I don't know. Sportsmanship's important, man. It's like, you don't have to like take a creed to be a fighter. Like, literally anyone who fights, even the guy that you really hate who's like kind of a jerk about it and like picks his opponents and is a weight bully and like all the worst things about being a fighter, that's still a fighter. Like, if you fight, you're a fighter kind of thing. But I think that this kind of like, the honor of your position, like the esteem you have for your sport, or for what it means to be a fighter, or what it means to be honorable, like honor, I think, is a pretty big part of sportsmanship all along, like in every single game, in every sport. And I don't know. I don't want that to go away. I'd like that to be the case across the board. And I think that thing I'm talking about like you guys have the same career, I think you see that in like hockey, which is kind of a brutal sport, which is like, even though they bash each other pretty hard within the rules of what they're doing and put in the penalty box when they don't, I think those guys respect each other pretty hard. And what I'm seeing is not a respectful thing. It's a very disrespectful thing, not only to the opponent, but to the sport and the ethic of it itself. So that's my complaint. Be good, guys. Be good at things.
เกิดอะไรขึ้นครับวิชาน้อยบอกกรรมการว่าตาของนรงน้อยไม่ตรวจดูหรืออย่างไรครับก็คงเห็นใต้ตาของนรงน้อยนั้นบวมมากจนเกือบจะปิดสนิทแล้วครับ นรงค์น้อยก็แหมอย่างว่าครับเหลือเชื่อนะครับว่ามวยอายุ19เจอกับยอดมวยอมตะอย่างนี้แล้วโดนลุยแบบไม่ตั้งตัวครับไม่หล่นไม่ลงนะครับแล้วก็ดูครับยังฮึดมาอีกแล้วครับแชมเปี้ยนเข็มขัด2เส้นนะครับนรงค์น้อยเกียรติบัณฑิตวิชาน้อยได้เข็มขัด3เส้น2รุ่นด้วยกันครับแต่ว่าวิชาน้อยนั้นฟลายเวทนั้นเป็น2เวทีมาแล้วครับนรงค์น้อยจ้วงแล้วครับวิชาน้อยคุมโอ้โหนรงค์น้อยนี่ถ้าหัวใจไม่ใช่นรงค์น้อยนี่ลงไปแล้วครับตาซ้ายปิดแล้วนะครับตาซ้ายดูครับเกาะเชือกแล้วครับดูนรงค์น้อยวิชาโอ้โหเหลือเกินจริงๆครับดูหมัดคับแล้วจิ้มสิครับใต้ตานั้นปิดเลยนะครับโอ้ยโดนอัปเปอร์คัตอีกทีหนึ่งนรงค์น้อยโอ้โหดูครับคาเชือกแล้วครับยืนด้วยหัวใจแท้ๆครับนี่ครับวิชาน้อยนี่หมัดแม่นจริงๆครับแล้วก็นาทีทองนี่เหลือเกินครับ